And we're going to start off with, is it Diego Costa of Porto, the goalkeeper? I think he's, what is he, 23 or something like that? So we'll also talk about Frankie de Jong as well. But look, let's be honest, over the last 48 hours, we've seen a lot of stories, and I'm not 100% where they're coming from, but I'm seeing them a lot in the UK press now, that Manchester United are prioritising Costa as their number one target to be our next goalkeeper, and bring him to Manchester United. I would suspect that this has probably originated from Portugal, and he certainly ticks a lot of the goalkeeping hipsters' targets, myself included. You know, he's 6'4". He's very quick off his line. He's brilliant with the ball at his feet. He's a good shot stopper. He's now established, I believe, as Portugal's number one. So he ticks all the boxes of what we would and should be looking for as a Manchester United goalkeeper for the next 10 years. Obviously, there's a slight fly in the ointment there for me and many other people in the fact that David De Gea is playing really well over the last year. For me, he was Player of the Year last year if Ronaldo hadn't deserved it, and I think he's doing well again this season and improving his game under Ten Hag. So that is still, look, I suppose it's a little bit like, you know, John, who lives around the corner from me. He's got a perfectly nice car on the drive, but he's always looking to impress and get a new one. And I just think, you know, do we need a new goalkeeper right now? And to which the answer is yes and no. Longer term, is David De Gea going to stay the goalkeeper that we want him to be as he gets older? And can he become the sweeper keeper that we want him to be? That jury's out on that. And obviously, there are goalkeepers out there that can do that job that Ten Hag wants. So I'll revert to what I've always said, that we have got to bring another goalkeeper in that over the long term becomes our number one goalkeeper. And you know, Costa certainly would fill that role very, very well. We've mentioned other goalkeepers like Sanchez at Brighton. I think Lafont's been mentioned from France. There are a few others as well. But this goalkeeper has obviously come quite prominent this season, these last couple of days. And he will get snapped up by somebody because he looks like he's going to be a fantastic goalkeeper. And I'm not going to pretend that I've seen loads of him, but obviously, I read a lot. I see what a lot of people are saying, and a lot of people I respect are saying, "No, this is the goalkeeper we need to get this goalkeeper, and he's going to be one of the best sweeper keepers in the world." And you know, he's so good in, you know, he's tall, he takes crosses. He is the, if you could build a super keeper for what Manchester United need, he's good with the ball, he's good in the air, he comes for crosses, he's quick out of his box, he can do cartwheels blindfolded, you know, he does charity work, the lot. You know, I've added the last two on, of course, for effect, but he does tick all the boxes. So, you know, what's wrong with being linked with a goalkeeper like that? Thanks for pushing through all the crap to get this community to where we're at. You could have easily given up with all the haters, says Raza. Thank you very much. And why is Pickford not an option? Great on the ball and superb shot stopper, says Charlie. I don't want Jordan Pickford at Manchester United. I'm sorry. You know, we're talking about Costa and you're talking to me about Jordan Pickford. I mean, Jordan Pickford, I don't know whether you saw the video I did with Ben Foster on Monday. He was very critical of both goals that Man United scored at the weekend, and he explained to me why. And I can't remember whether we did it off air or on air, but basically he said that the Antony goal, Pickford comes out too quick and makes it easy for Antony just to whip it round him. And the Ronaldo goal really shouldn't be getting done on your front post from that angle. So I've never been totally convinced by Pickford as a top level goalkeeper. And I think that, you know, Costa is very, very interesting. But I don't want to delve into it too much because I now want to tell you what my opinion on this is. And it might be a little bit disappointing to people. And I haven't spoken to anybody about this. This is just pure opinion. Pure Goldbridge opinion. It might not be gold, but it's pure Goldbridge opinion. Do I think we're going to get Costa from Porto? No. No. And no. That's going to get clipped, isn't it? But no, I don't think we're going to get him as a good goalkeeper. I think he ticks every single box. And in no way will you make me say anything negative about not wanting that goalkeeper. And there's 5 or 6 other goalkeepers I would like us to sign. Sanchez from Brighton's one. I'd take a punt on Lafont as well. So, but in relation to Costa, I do not think we're going to buy him. And I will tell you why. I think he will want to come in as the number one goalkeeper. And I don't think that decision has been made by Ten Hag yet. I don't think he's made his mind up that he wants a new number one. He may want a number one that wants to fight for the place and learn the place for a year or two. Which I don't think Costa would want to do. I think he'd want to come in and be the number one straight away. So we don't know whether that's up for grabs, the number one shirt. But more importantly, this is the most important reason of all why I don't think we'll buy him. His contract runs till 2026, and I think he already has got a release clause of 50 million quid. So And also, goalkeepers don't go cheap. I mean, look, what did Kepa go for a few years ago? Keepers are no longer going for cheap. I think Arsenal did a very good deal with Sheffield United for Ramsdale at 25 million, and a lot of people thought that was a risk. And, you know, it was expensive for a Sheffield United goalkeeper, but they probably did very, very good value there. I mean, he's easily doubled his value, hasn't he? So I don't think United have got £50 million to spend on a goalkeeper and then keep David De Gea as well. So for United to spend that much money on a goalkeeper, they've got to remove David De Gea, who's got 18 months left on his contract and he's on 350 grand a week. Now, people will be screaming at the screen saying, Mark, it shouldn't be about the money. It shouldn't be about the money. You're right. It shouldn't be about the money. If this was Man City or Newcastle or Chelsea, this would not be a money thing. This would be a manager saying, I want that goalkeeper, and the Chelsea owner or the Man City owner saying, don't worry about De Gea's wages or anything like that. I'll sort that out. I'm going to get you that goal. Is that the goalkeeper you want? I'm going to go and get you that goalkeeper. That's what should happen. Completely agree. If Ten Hag says, I want Costa and I want to keep De Gea for a year and see how they work together, a club should do that for him. If Ten Hag says, I want Costa and I want you to find a club for De Gea, even though it's going to be a loss, a club should go and do that. But this is one of the issues we have at Manchester United. We're not Chelsea, we're not Man City, and we're not a football club. We are a business club. And they will say to Ten Hag, that goalkeeper, we cannot afford for you whilst we've got De Gea. Basically, what Manchester United Football Club do is they don't treat a manager like a football manager. They treat them like they're part of the board. And this has come out from Van Gaal and it's come out from Mourinho as well. If you're the manager of Chelsea or Man City and you say, I know I've got an £80 million goalkeeper already, but I want that £80 million goalkeeper, the board will solve that. They'll get the goalkeeper and they'll solve the other problem. But what Man United's board do is they say, Eric, it would be great to sign Costa, wouldn't it? It would be great, but you've got De Gea on 350 grand a week and, you know, you can't have both. And what Ten Hag should be saying is, hold on a minute, I didn't buy De Gea. I want Costa. I want to buy Costa. I didn't ask for De Gea. That's your problem to solve. But that will be the big reason why we don't get Costa, because